Hey there everyone, my name is Monkey Shopman from the guys who play games. Back with some more Pokemon Crystal. Just Pokemon Crystal. So, last time we did some stuff. I did look into some things, like the fact that I was wrong about the badge boost, or the badge cap thing. That is in Heart Gold Soul Silver, where they make it so that Faulkner boosts it to 30. In this game it is Bugsy. So Rocky kind of sucks for a little while, unfortunately. But I mean, that it is what it is, as it were. Anyways, I did get that guy's phone number. What's his name? I already forgot now. Ralph? So we're just gonna do the daylight savings trick on screen so I can try to get this swarm. Hey, well, first try. Ha! Nice. Let's go. Alright, I'm booking it. I'm kind of glad we got it first try. It definitely saves on the resetting. The other day I actually looked into some of the holiday stuff for the remake where they changed the encounter rate, and apparently if you have the events, if you play on a day where the holidays that reduce the encounter rate, it can actually cause underflow with some of the encounter stats, which I didn't realize is a thing. I don't even know how that works. So that's something you can look into it yourself. I actually have no idea how that works. I know that basically they have it's kind of similar to this game actually, where they have a factor that's kind of multiplies the encounter rate by certain factors. That's why it's called a factor. I don't know. I think it's more complex in this game, because this game is just every area has its own chance to encounter a Pokemon per route. I think most routes are usually around 10%, give or take. There's actually a separate value for day, morning, and night, but I think other than a few tiny exceptions, it's almost always the same for all three. I think if you look at Space World stuff, it used to be that encounter rates were generally lower in the morning, and I think a little higher at night, which was an interesting thing, but they made it more uniform in the final game. I kind of wanted to wait till I got cut to do this, but just because it does kind of save time, because I pretty much would have skipped all these encounters. But alas, if you want Qwilfish now, this is your only chance. I could also get Dunsparce this part, actually, now that I think about it, because the Dunsparce guy is right outside the cave, so look how much you actually skip. You skip every patch of grass. This is something they actually do a lot, I feel in the early gens. And I feel this gets toned down in later games. They make sure you have to walk through grass in the early routes before you unlock any sort of, shortcut options. They want you to see some wild Pokemon. And I feel later games tended to, kind of tone that down a bit for some reason. It still happens, but it's they won't do it to you early on for some reason. I'm thinking about how X and Y has Route 1 and doesn't even have any Pokemon in it. I mean, that's not that's, in the context of that game, it kind of makes sense anyways, but, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, I don't remember which trainers I've fought. I don't think I've actually fought most of the trainers, so it's probably a good thing I walked this way, because I definitely didn't fight that youngster yet. At least Rocky is, if nothing else, fast, so I can at least run away from stuff. Alright, we're gonna, I guess we'll... Ooh, God. Okay, come on, stop with the encounters. I just want to get to the water, man. I want to get down here and, at least close to the center and then save. I'll know if the swarm is still active. I don't remember how long it takes for a swarm to go away, but I'll know that this guy will, yeah. He'll actually tell you that the swarm is still happening. So... let's register that old rod. Save over here by the water. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure if you save, the swarm stays, but it might go away after a day. should probably swap out my first Pokemon too, because Onix is going to get wrecked by anything that isn't Magikarp, which in this case would be Qwilfish. So, oh, huh, this Magikarp is only level 5? Wait. This actually might be one of the unique... I forgot about this, actually. So, there's a couple unique fishing spots in this game. I think actually only 2, now that I think about it. There actually might be another one for Remoraid and Gold Silver, but I'm not sure about that one. I don't think so. I think that one's pretty normal. But I forgot that when there's a swarm on this route, the fishing encounters here are actually like lower level, for the old rod at least. I don't remember if this is true for the good and super rod, but for the old rod, it actually is only level 5. I actually totally forgot about that. It's one of like I said, I think there's only one other instance of this in the whole game. The other one's a little weirder than this because at least this one's kind of makes sense. I'm not sure if this one's different in Crystal or not because it actually would make sense for it to be different in Crystal because something I was going to mention is that Qwilfish has a new move in Crystal. In Gold Silver, it doesn't learn this, but in Crystal, it actually learns Spikes. But the thing is that it only learns Spikes at level 5, or it's a level 1 move for Qwilfish. So if you caught Qwilfish at level 10 like normal, it wouldn't actually know Spikes. But at level 5, it will actually know Spikes. And certainly, yeah, I was going to say, surely that doesn't KO. Even if this crits, it won't KO, right? Surely? I wish I had like a status effect or something. Like, Poliwag hasn't learned Water Gun yet, so I kind of just have to hope. I have a Great Ball and some Pokeballs. Maybe I should have brought some more, but it's fine. I'm sure it'll work out just fine. What could go wrong? Hey, look, he's using Spikes. I mean, if this goes wrong, then I guess I'll have to go buy balls. Look at that broken tackle. Move animations are fairly complex in this game. Like, it's one of like the least documented things in the game. If you look at like the disassembled Crystal on GitHub, it's like one of like there's a lot of still just like we don't know how this works. Damn it! Really? Alright, well I guess I gotta go actually buy balls. Ay ay ay. Do 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 do. Just walk around here. At least I don't have to walk through the grass here. I want to save these encounters because I'm gonna train Qwilfish on them because like I can't do them with Onix anyways. Hey, we got through without any encounters. That's actually quite nice. All right, Onix isn't going to be able to reliably level up here anyways because he's past level 10. He will still be useful for Bugsy at least, just because like Rock Throw. Actually, if he even gets Rock Throw at that point, I guess I'll sell like just the basic stuff I have. Like I still have the Miracle Seed. Anyways, we'll just buy 10 balls and hopefully that helps. Jeez. It would probably help to level Poliwag up once, just to get a Hypnosis at level... I think it gets it at level 5? Also, I can probably use Rocky for that Qwilfish, because I forgot it doesn't actually learn Water Gun for a while. We'll just go. I was thinking, like, maybe I'll go put the seed away, but, like, it doesn't matter. There's a center down here anyways. It's one of the rare times, actually, that there's a center outside of a town. It's kind of funny, they did that in Gen 1 for the first dungeon, right, Mount Moon, and then they did it again in this game. And then they just kind of never did it again, because they never actually really force you to go through, like, a tunnel again like they do. Because I'm trying to think, like, there's... Gen 3 has a couple caves, but it's actually, like, you never really have to go through. Like, I guess technically, there is actually one outside the entrance to Evergrande City. Oh, why did I just... Damn it! You know what? It's fine. We'll heal downstairs anyways. Whatever. At least now I don't have to walk around this guy anymore. I think this guy has a Rattata and a Zubat, so it should be fine. To be fair, at level 11, Rocky's not gonna disobey all that much. So it should be fine. Right, I forgot that Bind's still kind of weak in this game. I think later games buffed it to be 1/8 damage instead of 1/16. They did that a lot over the years, and I feel like that's partially because of power creep, but also partially because even in the original games, a lot of stuff was just kind of weak. Like the trapping moves are more useful for the fact that they trap you more than the actual damage they do. Like 1/16 is not that much. Like the only Pokemon I can really think of that gets any sort of decent use out of these moves is like Shuckle, because it's so like it has like no attack stat anyways, so you might as well at least get a little chip damage. Oh, there you go. Our first disobedience. How quaint. Ouch. Even without the resist, it still only does 1. It's kind of funny how like Leech Life was like this super weak move for how many games in a row. And then all of a sudden they're just like, alright, it gets to be 80 power now. They just like quadrupled its power. I feel like rather than making Leech Life stronger, they should have just added another move though. Because it's kind of weird. I feel like it's one of those weird things where like, it's kind of funny that in later games, Zubat starts with Absorb now. So Zubat is actually really good against the early game Rock Ground types compared to the early games where Leech Life being weak, non-stab, and against rock types with high defense means that it at least like takes those hits pretty well. Or like those Pokemon will take those hits very well, I should say. Right? Whereas like nowadays it's like Zubat actually destroys the early game Rock Ground types. If they show up. Damn it! One more encounter. Ekans. It's actually shocking to go back, if you go back to Gold Silver, and realize how many Pokemon had different like colors in that game compared to that were fixed in Crystal, I guess. I don't know if fix is the right word, but you know what I mean. Like, they got changed. Like, Ekans is like pink in Gold Silver, whereas in Crystal it's the proper purple, like it is in all the other games. And there's a lot of that, and it makes sense, because this was their first time having Pokemon in color on, you know, in the actual games. Like, in full proper color, not like in yellow where there's just like a couple palettes and all the Pokemon just kind of share. Okay, I'm gonna save here because I don't want to fight this guy right now. Not that it's gonna be that bad if I accidentally fight him, because he has a Wooper. I know that's his one Pokemon. All right, I bought 10 balls, and I'm gonna bind this guy down a little better than I did with Totodile. I think Qwilfish is a catch rate of 45, so it's still pretty like low chance to get in. Unfortunately, that's kind of just the struggle. That's part of the reason why maybe I should get. I might actually, you know what? This like what? I would say that, but like, nah. If I was still around, I mean, I could always go into Union Cave and quickly get Poliwag up. I'm pretty sure it learns Hypnosis at level 5. But like, I don't know. Like, the problem is I do that, and that's more time sink. Alright. Okay, where's this guy? I always forget where this guy is. He's on the right, okay. Because hopefully there's Geodudes. I run into Geodudes in here, not freaking Zubats. I mean, not that I should have an issue running away. I think even at level 4, Poliwag has like 90 base speed. It's really fast. So... well, if it's a Rattata, I can at least just, like, switch train. I don't mind that, because I'm not going to use Totodile anyways. And I think with this much of a level difference, Totodile might one-shot these Rattata. Ah, so close. Maybe if it's one that's, like, got, like, lower stats. I'm kind of squandering my Swarm, but I don't remember how long Swarms last for. I think it might be just until the end of the day, so it's not a big deal. How much experience was that? Oh yeah, that was almost a whole level for a Poliwag. Well, I don't care now. That was good. Poliwag levels up fast at low levels, apparently. Jeez. I wonder if it's in the fast experience group, actually. I don't remember. I know there was a bit of a weird thing where, like, the experience, like, the amount of experience the different experience groups needs change. Like obviously they're all different, but what's interesting is that they aren't all, like, equivalent to each other at all levels, right? Like, at a low level, medium fast, I think, is actually slower than medium slow. And it takes it's not until I think level like 36 or something where it speeds up. Huh. I could actually catch an Onix, but I'd rather, the thing that's nice about trading for Onix is that Onix is another Pokemon that has a catch rate of 45, so I'd rather not waste my time trying to catch it, you know what I mean? Like, just bubble it. Boom. Oh, well, I guess I'll know if I get Hypnosis now. Alright. 2 levels, jeez. Alright, well, now we're no problem. Hopefully. So we chip it down with Onix, and then we switch over to Poliwag to Hypnosis it. And since I think the only thing it's really doing at this level is, like, Poison Stinging, it should be fine as long as I just don't get terrible luck. Theoretically, I could just miss Hypnosis over and over again. I mean, you know, what else can you do? That's just how it goes. I'm going to save here, because once again, I'm not interested in fighting this guy right now. All this work just to get Qwilfish. I mean, technically, I didn't have to do this. Let's just double check the swarm's still going. Alright. We'll get Rocky in front here. The unfortunate thing about using Rocky is that it could disobey and do things I don't want it to do. But it should be fine. This is one of those things where I'm glad to have the faster loading times, because it does actually help so much for just the little things like this. The unfortunate thing about using the Speed Trace ROM is I'm not sure if Speed Trace is compatible with Pokemon Stadium 2. And if it was, I would have totally have done the trading in Stadium 2 to get Onix to Steelix, because, like, why not? I might as well. It's a cool thing to do. I wonder how many people have ever actually done that as part of their Crystal LP. It's one of the few generations where you can really do that. Hey, we got pretty lucky there. Didn't take that long. So turn 1 spikes. Damn, he's a competitive player. I wonder how many people have made that joke over the years. Oh, it has tackle. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Loafing around. Yeah. Use instead Screech. I would kind of prefer you not to do that, dude. I mean, I guess if I get this thing to low health, I can just bubble. The nice thing about, I didn't even think about this with bind, is I can change the bind damage. I can, like, stop bind by just switching, right? I think we're at a point where I can't tackle it anymore, though, because if I tackle it, it's just gonna die. Ow. Okay, we got a first Hypnosis hit. That's not bad. We'll bubble it one more time. Just to get that little... Aw, really? Well, not to miss Hypnosis 20 times in a row and die of poison, right? No! I did not want that poison. Whatever. Surely it'll stay asleep for a long time. I'm going to throw this Great Ball. It's going to get it first try. Easy peasy. Our blue... Yeah! Told ya. If you didn't know, by the way, I'm pretty sure, I'm actually not 100%, but I'm like 99% that speed choice changes things so that the ball shaking works like Gen 1, where it's just an indication of how effective it is. So, as soon as I saw it shaking, it's like, yeah, it's probably in. What do we name Qwilfish, though? We have Rocky. Should I name him like Balboa for no reason? Porcupuffer. Pufferfish. Oh, what's the name of the Donkey Country 2 enemy? I actually don't remember. What is the name of that guy? The porcupine fish. I don't remember. I'm actually gonna look this up. You can tell I haven't played in forever. But Puffed Up, right? I mean, even when I did have a solid memory of most of the enemies' names, I probably wouldn't have known that. You know what? We'll name him Puffed Up, because why not? He is puffed up. Nice. All right, we got our Qwilfish. It's got spikes. I totally forgot that you can. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, surely. Like, you would think they wouldn't intentionally. Huh. Oh, no, I'm not fighting you right now. Let me heal. Like, seriously, I'll fight you right after this, buddy. Just let me heal. Okay. Alright. Do 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 ba do 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 do. Qwilfish will be a little bit of a struggle early on just because it doesn't have a water move yet, so I don't have anything easy to, like, I can't just go inside the cave and KO Onyx, right? I'm gonna have to use Totodile a little bit more. I found some good Pokemon in the grass. I think they'll do it for me. I like how he acts like he has multiple Pokemon, and then you get in here and it's just Wooper. Like, where's your other Pokemon, buddy? I think Wooper just has Poison Water Gun right now. So if I get a poison, well, that's how it always goes. Poison Sting never seems to poison when you actually want it to poison, huh? Wow, really? 3 Poison Stings, no poison? Well, I guess we're just gonna, you know, go over to Totodile then. It is what it is, you know. And now this thing's just gonna spam Tail Whip some more. Okay, I'm just scratching then. And see, now he attacks though. Frick. This son of a gun. I really do love the Gen 2 attack animations. Like, they're so nice looking. And there's so many cool, like, little, like, unique one-off effects for some of them. Like, they do so many palette effects, and I wish later games did that more. Like, there's, like, how many different effects in this game that are just like, let's change the palette a little bit, you know? Especially when they do, like, one of the inverse color ones. There's, like, multiple, because it's not just, like, a generic, like, oh, you inverse the colors effect. You can do any number of, like, ways to do it, because it's, like, whatchamacallit, like, I guess you'd call it, it's like no, I guess, it's like, it's an effect that they, like, determine, how do you put it? I don't even know how to describe the way they do it, but it's like you can call the specific inverse colors effect, and then you can modify how it actually changes the colors. I guess we'll go fight those fishers. That'll actually probably be the best way for Qwilfish to level up at this point. I think one of them is the Magikarp guy, so I forget which one it is though. I think it's the one on the top is the Magikarp guy, and the one on the bottom is like, I don't even remember. Because this guy's like, oh, freshly caught, and he just has like 4 Magikarp or something. Oh, is this not the Magikarp guy? Nope, it's the Poliwag guy. There you go. I was wrong. This thing will have Hypnosis though, which is kind of annoying. So let's see if it can poison it first. If I can poison it, I win. There we go. That's all I need. Now we'll put down the spikes, just because, like, why not? I'm not doing much damage anyways. Get some use out of spikes early on, right? How many people have ever actually used spikes in a playthrough? Especially of Gen 2, where there's only 1 layer. I mean, the nice thing about there being only 1 layer is you only have to use it once. I wonder if I'm going to bother with, like, breeding. Because the thing with Qwil is that you can give it self-destruct, I believe. Actually, maybe you can't give it in this game. I don't remember. I should have looked this up beforehand. That'll be a level. Boom. Nice. And you heard it with spikes. Alright, now I just gotta... Ow. So the problem is Poliwag only knows Bubble and Hypnosis, so if I switch it out, I could just get put to sleep again and just be boned. But this doesn't looking very fun, so I think we'll switch. Fuck it. Hopefully it's fine. But you can see immediately how fast it is. It's level 8 and it's outspeeding me. I mean, now it got a speed drop, but it didn't even have that before. Ugh. I mean, it's less likely that they'll hit me just because of how Gen 2 works, right? If you don't know, right, Gen 2 has, I guess Gen 1 too, but Gen 2 has a special clause where anytime the CPU uses, like, any sort of, like, status effect move, so, like, a move that either inflicts a status or just reduces your stats, before the move even, like, does anything, they roll for, like, a 25% chance that if they succeed, it misses. Basically, they have an additional 25% chance anytime they use a status move to just fail the move. This is why even if you see them use something like Thunder Wave or Spore that can't miss normally, they'll still sometimes just not work. Gen 1 also has that, but I believe for Gen 1 it only applies to stat moves. So like Growl and stuff, but Gen 1 it does not apply to Thunder Wave. And in this game even, it still doesn't apply to everything. It doesn't apply to Confusion. So Supersonic is still 55%, Confuse Ray isn't gonna miss, for example. Hey, we got Water Gun, nice. Splash? Well, I have to go heal now. At least I don't have to, like, ninja past this guy anymore. Do. We can heal your Pokemon to full health. Yeah. Do you have to go through this whole spiel every time? I mean, what else would I be coming here for, lady? I like that they actually, like, went out of their way to change the line, "We hope to see you again," to just, like, I don't even remember what they changed it to in later games. I guess because, like, there was some connotation of, like, "We hope to see you again," meaning, like, oh, we hope your Pokemon gets beat up somewhere. But, like, obviously it means, like, we hope you're, you know, alive to use us, right? But, you know, it's all up to interpretation, I guess, so whatever. Alright, time to tackle some Magikarps, boy. Oh, I should use spikes, actually. Nothing happened. Splashing around doesn't accomplish a thing. What's the point of splashing? Ah, there's the tackle miss. At least we got, you know, at least we got the tackle miss on a Magikarp, you know, like, I'm not gonna complain about that. Even though that is technically gambler's fallacy, but like also like because of the way that whatchamacallit, because of the way that RNG obviously works in video games, it's not truly gambler's fallacy, because like the effects of the previous stuff does actually directly affect the next thing, because it changes the seed. Is this the level 15 one? Yeah. Let's get that poison if we can. At least Poison Sting can't miss. There we go. I mean, Poison Sting wasn't doing much less damage anyways. I think Magikarp actually has like 80 defense or something. Like its defense stat is actually pretty high for what it's supposed to be. Because I guess in a way that's part of the joke, is that it is pretty hardy, all things considered, despite the fact that it doesn't do much. Its special defense is really low though. I think its special defense is like 15. It's like one of the lowest special defense stats in the game. Sploosh! Alright, I guess we'll go Qwil again, actually. Because we're gonna go fight the next set of trainers, and I don't think Qwilfish can necessarily win against any of these guys unless he's like full health. Just because his damage is just a bit lacking right now. And I don't remember when he gets Water Gun in this game. I'm not even sure if he learns Water Gun right now. He might get Hardened first. There's the Bird Keeper down there, but I'd rather save him for later, because I think he has a Spearow, which is a little tough at this point. So we'll go for the Picnicker over here, because I think she has like the 2 Nidos, I believe. But I mean, we might as well get her out of the way anyways. I believe she's an Nidoran? Female? Yeah. Level 9 though, so a little tough. And I can't Poison Sting it, so we're just tackling. Oh! You know, it's kind of funny, because, this is slightly related to the fact that it used Growl. In this game only, the messages for like raising or lowering a stat by 2 stages is different. I think when you use Swords Dance, it's like it went way up, right? I think Gen 1 has the way up, but I believe this game also has uniquely the went way down message, which other games don't have. Even Gen 1 had like Sharply Fell or something like that. I don't remember what Gen 2's one is, or what Gen 1's is, but one of them is different. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I could be wrong. I don't know. No, not the tackle miss. Oh, that's a critical like existence failure. Oh, I've got to relieve my anger. Let's grab that item in the grass, I guess. Oh, nice, Repel. I could use that. You know what? Let's do you, and I'm just gonna switch to Totodile and do that. Cause I just don't. I don't feel like doing this for every trainer, just tackling. So I might still use Totodile to get Qwilfish more experience. And if we end up under leveled at some point, I can always just do stuff off screen. I don't mind grinding a little bit off screen if it's just to get my Pokemon up to snuff. I could probably do this with Rocky even. Let's see here. Leer. No, Rocky. We're still taking 1 damage at least. Right, well, he's turning away, but it's not very likely that he does because he's only one level above. Because if you don't know, there is a thing where it is more likely as you get higher level above the cap to disobey and do other stuff. I always love seeing that tackles broken in this game. It is funny. I like. It's so weird to me that they changed it. Like it's only broken in this game because they changed the thing for tackle. Like they changed one line of tackle's animation to a different one, and that change breaks it for some reason. Like I don't know why they did that. This is disappointing, he says. You sure am right. Let's get out of here. Ekans. Well, I mean, Qwilfish is out front. I mean, I might as well. Even with only 12 HP, like, surely, like, yeah. And I can't get poisoned, so... This is the nice thing about being a poison type, is being immune to poison. Oh, did I accidentally... I think I accidentally hit the speed up button because I was, like, moving my controller around. That's funny. Oops. Oh, well. Just pretend you didn't see that. Bellsprout. So I'm not fighting that because that'll have Vine Whip. And it's also level 7. Damn. Get out of here. I don't have anything that can fight that because all my Pokemon get wrecked by... Oh, there was another Great Ball here? I forgot about that. All this, like, I haven't even gotten to the cave yet. I'm not gonna fight Rattata. Ain't worth it. I'm thinking, like, I'm realizing now I could have gone to Route 36 because it's Thursday, so I could have grabbed the hard stone from Arthur. Oh well. It's fine. Alright, Bird Keeper. I always think of this guy as like Diet Faulkner, Peter. Because I think he has a level 6 Pidgey. Wow. Crazy, right? I'm not gonna bother with Spikes because they're all low level anyways. And also they're flying types, so Spike wouldn't work anyways. We'll just tackle. I can switch to Onyx after this though. Because I don't think, like, none of them will have Mud Slap, obviously. So there's no reason not to. Tackle. The reason why that glitch happens, basically, is because of the way that the game, like, like I said, it's pretty complex and not very well documented still, but it's because of the way that the game, like, when they move the Pokemon to do the tackle animation, right? They aren't, like, just moving the sprite forward. They have to move that, like, row of pixels forward, essentially. Good damage. Yeah, I figured he learned Harden first. Oh, he's learning Minimize too? What the? That I was not expecting. You know what? That'll be funny to use later. Here's the Spearow. This thing I think is level 8? Yeah. Still only taking 1 damage, even with the same type of attack bonus. Rocky is strong. Right, basically, when they changed it so that, for some reason, it copies the... Like, it basically has to... I don't actually know. So take this with a grain of salt. I don't know exactly the backbone of how this works, but I believe what it does is it basically takes the pixels of, like, the row that it's moving to a point and then like moves them forward. It like copies them and moves them forward, basically. That's how it gets the move forward effect. Something like that. And basically in Gold Silver it only does it for the person who's tackling. But for some reason in Crystal they changed it so it does it for both Pokemon. And because it does it for both Pokemon, that copied row of pixels goes on top of the tackle sprite. The big impact tackle sprite that appears, right? And that's why that's broken in Crystal only. Like I said, take that with a grain of salt. Other people know probably how that works much better than I do. Alright, I guess... I mean, yeah, we'll just do Union Cave, and then we can get the phone number of Mr. Hiker Man. I think it's Perry. And then we can call it there. Because I'll probably go get Dunsparce. I'm gonna say before every fight though, because these fights could be kind of spicy. I can just switch train at least, because it's all gonna be like Geodudes. Actually, I think this guy has. Does this guy have Onyx? Yeah. I was thinking of Gold Silver, where I think this guy isn't like. He's like a spinner in Gold Silver, but in this game he's just he's moved to just be over there. We'll use Totodile to do this though, because I'm not tackling this down. Screw that crap. And Totodile did just learn Water Gun, so this is perfect. Tackle. Nice. Now, it wasn't even a level for him. Funny, because I was almost level for Totodile. Whoa, I'm beating big time. Yuck, yuck. Luckily, the encounter rate in caves is pretty low for the most part, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. Like, despite the infamy of, like, Zubats and caves, caves actually have pretty low encounter rates. It's like, I think Union Cave is like 4% per step. It's just obviously the trick, of course, is that you can encounter at any point. There's no grass. It's just as long as you're in the cave, you can get an encounter. I guess I'll try to poison this. Why not? You can see how much the type advantage matters right now, though. I'm gonna lose to this thing being like 2.5 times its level. Well, if I don't get the bloody poison, frick! What's Poison Sting's chance to poison? It doesn't actually say here. I think it's only like 20% though. So that would explain why I'm just getting unlucky. Like, the reality is that the chance to poison is not particularly high. There we go. I will put down the spikes. Not that it really matters, but whatever. Because I'm probably just gonna like use Poliwag for the rest. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, there you go. There's minimize. They actually sped that animation up. Hurt by poison. I love the little tiny animation. The little sprite. It's another one of those things that they stopped doing in later games, and I hate that they did that. Like, there's so many cool things. Like, to be fair, even Gen 2 isn't totally innocent of this, because there's one thing that they did change, which is that in Gen 1 only, Acid Armor completely deletes your sprite. Whereas in later games onward, it doesn't do that anymore. I don't think even in Gen 2 does that, unfortunately. Because if you don't know, the Japanese name of Acid Armor is Liquefy. Because the idea of Acid Armor is the Pokemon is literally like turning into water. That's why Acid Armor is only ever learned by like Vaporeon and stuff like that. It's learned by things that would be able to turn into water. That's why it removes the sprite in Gen 1, and that's why it raises their defense. Because it's like, have you tried punching water? You know what I mean? Nice experience with Rocky, that's a level. Everyone got a level from that. Geodude is like the king of early game experience, just for being like something that's easily killed by a decent amount of early game Pokemon and just also like doesn't learn, or how should I put it? Like it has pretty good experience, I guess is the best way to put it. Has good base experience compared to a lot of the early game stuff. Zubat Super Saiyan keeps confusing my Pokemon. I'm seriously upset about that. Love that guy. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sudden interruption as always. You know how it is. Yeah. Oh boy, he used Bind instead. I mean, the funny thing is all three of my moves are about equivalent to each other. It's like it really doesn't matter that much if he like goes any of them versus any of the other ones. Like Screech could be annoying if they're low on health, but like, I mean, you know. At that point, it's just like, just stalling, the inevitable. Rocky won't obey, yuck yuck. I mean, level 14, he'll, even if he can't obey, Rock Throw will like, cleave through Bugsy's gym at least. Oh boy. Come on! There we go. Oh no, it's gonna release from Bind, isn't it? No! This is the prophecy! It's just what I was talking about. Rocky turned away. How about you stop turning away, Rocky? You're being tackled by a ball of toxic gas. Oh, come on! Just use tackle! Thank you. And there's the other coughing. We're gonna switch to Qwil here, because I do not feel like tackling this with Onix again. Puffed up. Do 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 do. Just tackle. This should be a 2-hit, right? Oh yeah, easily. Although to be honest, I'm almost surprised it did that much, just because coughing has like pretty good physical bulk. There's Rock Throw, yeah baby. Ah, flamed out. I guess we'll get the item. Oh boy, it's our one encounter. What is it? It's Zubat. How fancy. I'm gonna repel. Another Great Ball. I forgot that they give you some Great Balls early on. It's kind of nice because you can't really buy them, so... Alright, repelled. I don't think there's any Pokemon that are like higher than 10, so that's all we need. And I'm not going to bother with the rest of the encounters here. There's that Maniac who has some Slowpoke. We can do that later. What I want to do is walk right past that guy. He's a spinner, but I guess he's stuck, so... we're going to heal, we'll fight him, get his number, and then we'll leave that off for this part. Bit of a boring part, as it were, because like it's funny that in the first part I like went all the way from the start of the game to beating Faulkner, and I got the full number. But then this part is like I'm not even gonna get to Bugsy, but it's just like there's just a lot to do in this area of the game. I feel like. Oh, I mean I'll grab the full heal quickly. Oh, by the way, here's a fun fact for you. Look at these two rocks, like I guess the 3 rocks on this side of the Slowpoke well. Do you notice how the lower left tile of the rock looks weird? It's because it's actually using the wrong tile. You can see that the rocks on the right side here are actually proper. You can see the difference, right? There's no black pixel, and they don't weirdly like curve at the bottom edge. Who knows how that happened? I forget if it's like that in Gold Silver too. I don't remember. I think this guy has Geodude, right? Does he have a Geodude and an Onix? I think he has a Geodude and an Onix, so... We'll start with the Qwilfish here. We'll throw down a layer of spikes and we'll switch over to Poliwag. And then we can switch back to Qwilfish, because Qwilfish will actually match up against Machop pretty well. Was I saying Machop? Why my brain just like went kaput? It's a bit of a funny. It's a bit of a level spike here. The levels in the early game of Johto are like all out of whack. You go from fighting level 6s to level 11s in the blink of an eye. That'll hurt. Ouch! Yeah, that hurts. Luckily, my deadly bubbles are no match for. Wait, no, my deadly bubbles are a match for this pebble on the ground. Damn, almost 2 levels from that guy. Alright, Machop, I'm gonna try to put you to sleep. I didn't do it. Now I'm gonna get low kicked. I should live 1. I didn't live 1. Damn. Sometimes you really like Machop's strong early on. He hits hard. I guess we'll throw out a Poison Sting just for 1 chance to poison. We didn't get it, so I'm just gonna start tackling. Qwilfish has good bulk, physically at least, and it resists, so I win. Assuming nothing stupid happens. You know, like, the funny thing I feel like with the Machop lines, the Game Freak actually really struggled to like make them look muscular in the early generations. Like the resolution just wasn't quite high enough in the sprites to make it like something that could really feasibly be done. So they always look so like weird and like wrinkly, I guess is the better way to put it. Like they don't look muscular, they just look like they have wrinkles everywhere. It's one of the few Pokemon that did kind of have a rough go of it during the sprite days. I think they got a little better starting in Gen 3. Just because like that was around the point when the sprites could have like full proper color, like no limitations. Because like even in this game, even though this game is full color, they can only actually have, I think, 4 colors per sprite. They can kind of get away with it, with a little bit of it, because any Pokemon that uses white, because the background's white, they can just not fill in the color, and the background just makes it look white. That's actually a pretty classic trick. I guess I'll get your number. Should I delete? I guess I'll delete his number. I don't need Ralph's number for now. We'll get Perry's. Anthony, that's who it is. Right, Perry is the one on Route 45 who phones you for Meryl. Except he doesn't do that in this game, because Meryl is one of the 2 swarms that was made to not be, I guess, a swarm anymore. Should I just walk back? You know what? We'll walk all the way back, and that'll be it for this part. I can use the opportunity to talk. I guess we'll leave this guy. Yeah, we'll leave these guys to train up Dunsparce, because I'll catch Dunsparce. Screw it. So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, swarms are, obviously in later games, swarms were kind of streamlined a bit more to not be based on phone numbers. I kind of like the phone number swarms though, because it does let you like focus on certain swarms. If you only care about one swarm, you get that guy's phone number and then you just don't care about the others. Obviously there's this trick with the changing of the time zones that's quite nice, but even without that trick, you can, it doesn't mean you can't just focus on one type of swarm pretty easily just by grabbing the number and not caring about the others. Also, I guess since I'm going up here, I can grab the stone like I said I would. I guess that kind of works. And then I don't know when I'm gonna get another chance to record again. It's a little limited for me at the moment, just because like there's just always people around right now. It's that time of year. It's just a busy place. Wow, we actually got without encounter. That's actually quite surprising. Fun fact too, Crystal removed 2 of the swarms. It removed Remoraid and Meryl swarms, and the Meryl swarm is especially interesting because in the original Gold Silver, the Meryl swarm is the only swarm in the game that is on water. where both, it's actually both, technically, both, like anywhere in Mount Mortar, it's both on the ground and in the water, but it's the only water swarm in the game, because obviously the Qwilfish and Remoraid swarms are fishing only. So, because of that, the data for, like, water swarms still exists in Crystal, but there's no, like, the table for it is empty, basically. You can add more if you want, because it still works, obviously, but it is just something that's interesting to note. I'm getting good encounter luck. I don't think I have to walk through any grass anymore, so I think that's pretty much it. I'll grab these berries on the way down, because I forget how many berries you need to heal up the milk tank. I think you need 8. How many do I have, actually? I have 5, so we'll need a little more, but there is one nearby anyways, so you're not particularly, like, struggling for berries. Like, pretty much as long as you play over the course of, like, more than one day to get to that point, you're not going to run out of berries. Should I have waited to get Dunsparce? I mean, my Pokemon are pretty limited right now, so I think it's a good idea to do this. Train Dunsparce now while it's still easy anyways, too. Alright, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.